Episode 4, taking your first ever flight. I do hope that you've been training up well on the DRL simulator because it's pretty important to know how to fly today. Let's get you ready for your first ever flight. All right, so first up, and this may seem super duper obvious, but you actually need to make sure that your drone batteries are charged, your goggle battery is charged, and your controller battery is charged. And I only say this because I don't want any of your batteries running out within your first moment of excitement. This is a good point to note that you won't actually be needing your goggles over your eyes today, but you will still be needing them to monitor your battery. We'll get to that in a moment. You're gonna need to find yourself a large flat space. Being flat is extremely important here. You need to make sure that there is no body else and nothing else anywhere near you. Also, it's a great point to note right now that you also want a really non-windy day. Otherwise, you're introducing another variable that you're gonna have to fight, and it's just gonna be a pain in the ass. Let's start by grabbing your goggles and turning them on. Make sure that you have them nearby to you and that you can check them regularly after starting to fly to make sure your batteries aren't too low. If you're flying 2 of the 1S batteries with the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle, you'll see their combined voltage in the corner of your goggles. Make sure that this doesn't go below 7.2 volts after you've landed and are checking the voltage, otherwise you may actually damage your batteries. For other batteries, make sure to have a quick look at some forums for your battery type and see what they recommend you fly down to voltage-wise. Next up, grab your controller and turn it on. Check your arm switches in the off position and that your mode switch is set to angle mode. If you don't remember what switches these were, head back to the last episode and have a quick refresh. Next up, grab the battery or batteries for your drone and plug them in. You should hear some sound from the drone and maybe some lights to indicate that it is on. Set it down on the flat ground with the camera facing away from you. Take a few steps back and get ready. This is going to be difficult and even harder than that simulator. Okay, so I definitely don't recommend standing this close to your drone when you're first getting started, but you're going to hit that arm switch. Drone's gonna start up like you know, then you're gonna slowly lift that throttle up, very minor adjustment, and then throttle back down, and then hit that arm switch straight off. So now you're learning how to take off and land your drone, nothing else. You're gonna go ahead and do this multiple times, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, even go through your first lot of batteries like this, just so you can really get the hang of it and understand how to take off and land. So once you feel a little bit more confident going up and down and managing to turn that arm switch off at the right time, you're gonna be ready for stage 2 of today. So for stage 2, we're gonna be taking our right stick once we're hovering and going slightly forwards and then slightly backwards. This is gonna give you an idea of how you can control your drone with line of sight. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So we're gonna hit the arm switch, throttle up to a hover, and now we're gonna angle it forward, and then we're gonna angle it back very, very slightly. You're gonna see just how slight these angles need to be. So get your confidence up going forward and backwards, and then just to add into the mix, stage 3 is going left and right as well. So again, bring it up to a hover. And now instead of going forwards and backwards, you're gonna go right and left. Just like that. And if you want, you can stop in the middle, do a little cross. So you can go forwards and then backwards and forwards and left. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it, but getting the hang of it is the hard part here. Great, so after you've completed all those exercises, you've probably gone through all your batteries. That's okay. Go have a break, go and recharge, and let yourself relax for a moment, because otherwise your energy is going to get overwhelming here. Once all your batteries have recharged up and you're ready to go again, it's time to do the most fun part of it all. Putting the goggles on and actually getting an idea of what FPV, first person view, really feels like. So here goes nothing, right? Make sure everything is turned on and that your batteries are in securely. Put that drone down a good 10 meters away from you at least. And you might want to try sitting down for this, only because if you're anything like me, you'll find that standing up gives you a bit of vertigo and can make you feel sick pretty quickly. Grab your goggles and pop them over your head. You can adjust the straps so that it fits snugly, but also comfortably on your face. Once you've got them on, have a good look around the interface inside. This is going to change depending on the brand of goggles that you're wearing, but for the most part, you should at least have your battery voltage somewhere, which is the main one to look out for here when getting started. Well, you know what to do now. Flick that arm switch on and start this puppy up. Try just hovering and getting a feel for flying through the eyes of the drone. And yes, it's perfectly okay to be smiling uncontrollably here. I was ecstatic too. From here, you'll be taking what you've learned in the simulator and applying it to flying with your goggles on. So try flying around a bit, making sure to stay in angle mode and practice flying like this until you feel like you've really gotten the hang of it. In the next episode, we're going to run through the 3 flight modes, angle, horizon, and acro. So get practicing, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya!